Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Neglected and Become the Dark Dragon God Part 6. Before we start, please go support Hadi Abdallah 2 for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. Chapter 33 Singularity 2 Part 1. It was another like any other, but for Issei, who was in bed still thinking about yesterday how Olga and Mash kissed him, he's still in denial. Partner, you being ridiculous now, it's just a kiss, you had plenty in our world, what the problem now? It's not just a kiss, Drake, we talking about fate having a relationship with me, do you know what can change? Oh, what would be? You are the main protagonist now in this story, just think about it now, you will go to other singularities, think about it. From what I saw from your memories, you will maybe have Jeanne dark and maybe her dark self as your servant, and we even gonna meet another version of Fafnir, don't you see the opportunity? Issei, who think about it now, his eyes wide. If the story continue like he remembers, he would have many things to explain, and now his memories surface. Remember version of Artoria in Camelot Singularity. Who would have taught you having a crush on the King of the Knights, but seeing the circumstances it may be good to your favor. She having a version of Welsh dragon heart inside of her may be the biggest cause. No, it's not that, I mean who wouldn't be, she's dead gorgeous and her eyes make me melt from it, but fate played wrongly for her and Mordred. Yay, forgetting about her, don't forget, if we meet the version that want revenge on her, it will be crazy encounter. No kidding, if she knew about Chaldea she would go to Fayuki to phase her mother, but I think I need to fix it. Oh, you know entering a women fighting is a death sentence, but why are you want to fix it? Simple, you were right, I will be her master in near future, so her problems will be mine. I want to bring the end cycle of hate. It seems you want to bring everyone together, it's not a bad thing, but don't forget not all hate can disappear this easily. I know that, why I will try hard, even if I need to drills it to their brains. Haha, there no dull moment with you, partner. Well, then it seems time for the second singularity. Yes, well, I need to go, catch you later. Minutes later. Issei, now who wears his new suit for the jump to Singularity. In that same minute Mash enters his room, she wears her suit also. Good morning senpai, are you ready? Said Mash, who still have some pink blush cheeks. Yes, just checking everything in order, let's go. Right. In that both enter the command room and see Dr. Romani with a woman stand beside him. She have a good figure and elegant. Issei knew her instantly. Hey you two, you both look good with the ray shift suit. Do I need to wear this? I mean it's so tight. Normally I will let you, but that's regulations, and besides when you go to the next ray shift you will be in your normal clothes and this may be a dangerous journey for you both. She will be in charge monitoring you both. Let me introduce Mrs. Leonardo da Vinci. Ah yay, Leonardo, I remembered. What about Olga? She's doing other things and she says she will monitor you later. Well, if that is the case, nice to meet you, Mrs. Leonardo. Oh phew fufu, nice to meet you too, Master of Mash. I heard many things of you, many intriguing, as Romani say. I'm engineer of Chaldea department, but I think you know that already. You catch on fast, the one who loves the Mona Lisa, he becomes it. Well, you know your stuff very well. Of course, a genuine pervert. How cruel of you, Ice-chan. Ah well, let us get over with it, I'm excited now. After some laughs and giggles, Issei and Mash enter their own coffin and wait for the ray shift. It felt like hours, but they were minutes. They disappeared and appeared in the second singularity. It seems it worked. Senpai, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine, all in one piece. And that foo who was hidden jump from Mash. How you came with us? How? Yea, it may slip from mind, he will be in most if not all future singularities. Ah, what I will do with you? Said Mash, who is holding Fu, who turns his face to the side like the innocent he is. Not a care in the world, hahaha. What can you do now? Let's contact the doctor. Then Issei sees his watch and presses a button. It shows Romani in Windows mode. But it's working and you both made it. Do you like the new update? It is more simple to use and operate. I know that. Now if I remember correctly it's 1431 AD, correct? Yes, you are now in Domremy village in the Lorraine region of France. It's about out of the way, but it's within the limits. Issei then looked at the sky and smirked. Mash see this and looked up and saw a huge ring. Romani saw this, was shocked. It was some kind witchcraft ritual. Issei then looked at the village. It was sitting on fire. He knew the culprit was he cited had beginning. But for our information, there no record of a huge fire. History is changing. The ring of light, it maybe have caused something. Well, you're half true, I already know the culprit of this, don't worry, so I think our orders is to investigate, right? Romani just give a smile. You guessed it. Other pav. In a huge cathedral there are two standing where a woman with small figure, blonde hair and black plate armor becomes to chant. Thou art under my command if thou shalt take upon thy sword in accordance with the will of the Grail, if you shall obey this feeling this reason then answer. Swear it here, I shall be the one to spread evil across this unchanging land, but those whose eyes are clouded over with chaos you shall serve me. Thou captured within the cage of madness, I'm the one who shall reign in those chains. Thou the seven heavens clad in the great three powers of the word, break free from the ring of restraint hand that holds the scales. After the chant is over a huge light blind all from it comes people who was in their knees. You have came my fellow servants, I am your master. Gillies, bring him in. Understood. said the man with huge eyes, brought an old man who was shaking from fear. "Who you all are, why are you doing this to me, you over there, answer me," asked the old man who wanted to know why he was there. "It's been a while, Bishop Pierre Couchin." From her voice the bishop was scared and having a panic. "No, it's impossible, you supposed to be dead, it must be a dream." Then he felt a piece of metal go through his leg, he become to scream from agony. "Ah. Now you still think it's still a dream, don't you remember you set me on fire for 3 days? Save me please, I will do anything." The bishop become to beg for mercy, he didn't want to die. Then more piece of metal have been pierced through his skin. Now Bishop, there no room begging right now, your life is over. You remember you ordered for me to be killed, yet your faith is weak as paper. Do you remember the way you killed me? Oh yes, I remember, burned to death, but you will be burned by fire of hell, ha 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 ha. The woman who become to lot historical, see the bishop who screamed from agony, feeling his skin gone, even his bones. In his last breath he say, "Witch, this damn witch." And for all want to know the witch name, she is Jeanne d'Arc. I might have enjoyed that a little too much. We still have plenty of work to do getting back to business. I am your master ruler, Jeanne d'Arc. I have only one wish for you, to destroy this country that called itself French. Kill as much you want, I don't care if it a man or women, even if it a child, slaughter every one of them, even a saint or a hero. Their existence is a waste of space. Show me your devotion. After that and welcoming her servant, now it was obvious the Holy Grail had beginning. What will our hero do? Let's see. Issei Pav. Our objective is to restore the singularity. To do that we need the Grail located near the Sierra. Don't worry doctor, I know the way to it, but it will be haptic from here now. I know, be careful you too. Roger that. The city seems most dead, she really did many number of them. Ushi senpai, said Mash intrigued. Simple Mash, the one who died 3 days ago and returned from the bonfire. Jeanne, Alter or Jalter for short. Jalter? It's a name she go by, think about a corrupted version like we saw in Fayuki City, like King Arthur. Okay, now I get it. NDA Vinci-chan, I know you're in command, what the status? Oh, you Killjoy, well from your talk you were right, the responsible of this was indeed the Maid of Orleans, Jeanne d'Arc. From what we see is still normal, you can continue normal investigation. Roger that. There are still some survivors in the city, most men are dead. Da Vinci proved me wrong, but Jeanne did summon a dragon, right? You guessed it, seems she became a master and summoned it. Dragons didn't exist in France of this year. Technical manager Da Vinci, we have a problem. What the problem? We have many lives form approaching. Dragons. Wyvern is coming, all men raise your weapon, women and children go hide now, said the soldier who become to ring the bell. Then a dragon shoot a huge fireball, killed him and the building he was in it. Mash. Yes. Issei, stop, you know the singularity will be fixed after getting the Grail. The people who died will come back, you two will not, have you both died. Da Vinci, I understand this, but don't misunderstand, I'm not someone who will let those die even if they return. Do you think my conquees will be good? The answer is no, so do your job, I will do mine. I need to teach this dragon how to respect their elders. Issei eyes have turned to slits, his aura become to raise the dragons, who feel this was trembling. Da Vinci, who on its chair after Issei talk had a smile, it seems this master is more intriguing than she anticipated. Miss Op, please monitor any magic reaction near Issei, we need to deal with anything that happens. Already doing it. You're fast. I was formerly in the medical department. Mash, trust him, so I will trust him also, I want them die. Everyone is kind. Retuning to Issei, who was in the sky kicking some wyvern asses, and Mash was fighting a dragon with her shield. Then Issei see a child on the ground, he pick her up to see where her parents is. This kid was been separated from its parents, can you take care of her? Roger. A soldier take the child to safety, then another soldier become to scream like a crazy person. It's our fault, we are the one who killed our saints and turn her to a dragon witch, she gonna eradicate us. Then a woman comes and slap him. I don't know who you think you are, but don't speak someone else's daughter. Director, she is. I know. I know she's better than this, she is kind, not like what you hear. Don't mess with me, old hag. The soldier would continue off, not the dragon, who would tear off his head and prepare to shoot the women in that Issei use instant transmission and redirect the fire to its source. Full counter. In that the flame return twice the damage, incinerate the dragon to oblivion. Then he see a woman in disguise helping the women who would been a kebab if not for Issei intervention. She tell her to hide, the woman see her, she was in tears, it was her daughter, she wants her to stay, but she believes in her, she goes to hide. After that Mash and Issei was following the women with the disguise to the nearest forest. I think it's time to talk, Jeanne. The woman stopped walking, removing her disguise, and Mash would attack, but Issei held her arm, shocked his head, she lowered her shield. Well, it's my disguise have failed, I'm Jeanne d'Arc, ruler class servant. Minutes later. I fear it was mere hours since my manifestation when I appeared in this era, it's impossible for me to be the dragon witch. We already know that you can't be in two places at the same time, even for heroic spirit. Then Dr. Romani asked about things. After that he told her her capability is low for servant. Well, that would be the case, I feel like a rookie servant. "A rookie servant, Miss Jeanne, what would you do now?" asked Mash. "It's simple, I'm going to save Orleans once again from the dragon witch Jeanne Dark, even if I don't have a revelation from God, I swear it, even if I have to do it alone," said Jeanne with a smile. "Well, your resolve is admirable. It seems our turn to introduce ourselves. I'm Issei Voldigid, and this is Mash Kirilite, still a rookie servant, but she can be more than that. Hope you believe in our words, you're not alone in this." Jeanne, in the first time in ages, her eyes shine and her heartbeat from Issei words, then raise her hand as shaking position and Issei shake her hand, but unknowingly the command Issei hand become to give a low shine, then return normal. Hours passed. Issei was thinking about something while Mash was in deep sleep. "You should sleep also, you need some rest," said Jeanne worriedly. "Don't worry, it's not my first time be this late." "Then tell me something about you, Issei, if that the case." "Nothing to speak really. I'm coming from a world where the age of God still existing to these days, like the Balak factions, Greece's north etc, and now there is a new problem like Chaos Brigade, some wannabes, nothing much." "Then you meet God, right?" Issei for his unfortunately had a sad face, not for him, but for her. Jeanne see this and asked. "Right. Ah, in my world God is dead, Jeanne. From what I heard he died in a great war with 4 Satans and the heavenly dragons that I was told." This revelation shocked Jeanne to the core. God is dead, if so does this mean hers also was? Her revelation was also wrong, then she feels a hand on her head, she see Issei with reassuring smile. "Look Jeanne, I know how he must be important for you. I don't know if he also exists in this world, but if not, don't let that turn you down. You are what you are, a strong woman who saved many people, even with those burned you unjustly, you still the same kind and justice women I ever known, so don't let that let you down. You are Jeanne Dark, Saint of Orleans, are you not?" From Issei word, Jeanne was seeing a new lighter soul that was crying from grief have stopped and looked to Issei red eyes. She felt comfort, she felt alive, she felt even stronger. His word make her warm from the inside out. "Thank you Issei, thank you, you're right, even if he isn't here I will be the same." "But the Jeanne I knew, now I will sleep now, get some you too, you need it also even for heroic spirit." Issei then returned near the tree and closed his and slept next to Mash. Jeanne just chuckled from this and slept also, while still thinking of Issei word. No man have ever say this word to her, no man make her heart jump from this. What was this feeling? She didn't know, but she didn't dislike it. She remembered her mother pleased to see her face and calling her Janet, but Jeanne still walking in her heart. She was sad see her mother like this, but she still walking, it was for the best. Hours later. The sun have risen, Issei and Mash still sleeping, Jeanne who about to wake up. What a nice morning. Jeanne who heard this have opened her eyes and listened more. "It's time to go everyone, I know you all aren't morning persons, but I don't care." Someone voice is streaming in. "It doesn't matter if you are a vampire or not, dead apostle aren't they, is that right? Who cares if you going to kill, make sure to turn the area under the flag of hell." The sound stopped Jeanne, her eyes widened, she removed herself from the ground and screamed. "Wake up you two." Issei eyes opened and Mash they go up also prepare themselves. "We have confirmed they're more evil lifeform coming few kilometers away, they're a town called Cherite, go to there seek refuge," said Romani. Issei see Jeanne is pale, it seems her mana is go down because she doesn't have a master. Then Jeanne become to sprint to the town. Issei and Mash go after her. After they were there was a huge dragon and many wyverns he was charging his fire to shoot. Jeanne was shocked, she see her mother in the city. Issei moves fast and do hands signed. Earth style earth cocoon, and that dragon shoot his flames and hit the Kaken was protecting the people. "Mother." Shit, Jeanne was going to her mother aid, but Mash stopped her. Issei then use instant transmission plus age mode to transfer people to new place. The cocoon was destroyed. Dark Jeanne was laughing from the scenario in front of her, then she noticed her other self there. "Well now I didn't think this will happen, how small and pathetic other me." "Jalter," said Issei with serious eyes that turned slits. Jalter see this take a step back, why her body moved by itself, but she shook her head. "What was that? Even smaller things, a new attendant to replace Jelly ill, have to introduce mine, then come now my servant." Jalter have summoned her servant, make Jeanne shocked and see she outnumbered. "Master, we are surrounded and all are hostiles." "Mash and Issei get out of here, those are all servants." Easy said then done when all of them in every side. "What with that face and the small thing over there was that face too funny, it's so ridiculous I may die from laughter, so before that I need to kill you first," said Jalter with a sadistic grin. "They're 5 servant, not that they do much for me, but for Jeanne and Mash, they are a lot." Issei was thinking what to do, he may go overboard if he wants to, it may do bads than good for now. "What with the look of your face, little mice, I wonder what you all thinking," said Jalter, make fun of them. Issei just sighed from her antics. Yes, she is ruthless like always. Are you really me?" asked Jeanne, see a copy of herself but was darker. "I don't understand, why are you doing this, why are you destroying France, I ask you again, are you really me?" "I'm shocked from your words, have you forgotten what they did to you, how they burn you and declare you as A which even a child can see the poetic justice. I will turn French to what it must be in the first place, a town with corpses and despair. If you can't see that, then you aren't me well. Now the time talk is over, die country girl with your accomplices," said Jeanne, who will attack, but then a sound came stopping. "Vive la France." A carriage came down. Issei see this smile, the other servant have come, and that they see the ring other servant have came to aid them. Jeanne was mad. "Don't kid yourself in that." Jeanne sent a huge blast, almost hit them, but in good reflexes all gone to the carriage and disappeared. "Ah, whatever, we will meet again." Returned to Issei. After carriage sat down and Issei descend from it, he look at the servants. "You four should take your sweet time. You knew we will come." "Of course I can," sense a servant with a mile. "Wow, never heard someone like you, mister." "Oh sorry, I'm Issei Voldigid, this Mash and Jeanne." "Okay Issei, it's our turn to introduce ourselves." "It's nice to meet you all, I'm Marie Antoinette, class rider." "You really said your name and class well, whatever, I'm Wolfgang Amadeus, class caster." "Elizabeth Bathory, class is Lancer." "I am called Kyohim, my class is Berserker." Chapter 34. Singularity 2 Part 2. After the new servant introduction, Issei and the others, and knowing everyone backstory and talking about how the Grail summoned them and how there may be other servant are been summoned, they may take them as allies to fight the dragon, which Issei was wearing his clothes after a wild day. He was thinking what to do after fighting Jalter and other servants until he hear a sound behind him. "You seems worried, Issei." Issei turned face the other side and see Jeanne behind him. "Nothing, it's just thinking what can we do when time comes to fight them." "It seems you're delight to fighting them that much." Jeanne gave weak smile, but Issei can't see through her deception. "Are you still thinking about your mother?" "Yes, I can't believe she's gone after everything happened, I feel." But before she continues, Issei embrace her in tight embrace in the first time in her life. Jeanne didn't feel this kind of warm before, but this was something else, something didn't feel in her life. Is this when you are in tight spot and feel someone near you holding you? Is this love? She didn't understand what and why, but she obviously didn't dislike it. "Don't worry Jeanne, you're not alone in this struggle, we are here for you, don't forget that if anything happen I and the others are here to support you." Jeanne had tears streaming for her eyes. It seems her strong persona broke. Issei just caress her head, "It seems that work. And I have something for you." And that Issei just snap his fingers, a person appear in front of them. Jeanne see who she is, didn't believe it. The person who was there see Jeanne, she run at her and embrace her. Jeanne didn't believe her mother was still alive. She looked at Issei and see he have smile reassure her. This is not an illusion, she cried in her mother embrace. "Even if you are older you will be a baby in your mother embrace." After some time they let go. She become to talk with Jeanne how she is her. She explain her mother she's still dead, but she's now as heroic spirit. She see Issei who's still in the lookout and ask if he is her boyfriend. Jeanne become a red mess with steam coming from her ears. Seeing her words makes her daughter blush. She laughed from it. Who knows, an old lady from the 15th century can know these words. "Mom. You fuffing my daughter, you shouldn't be embarrassed." "But not funny, I'm not." She didn't continue. She can't lie to herself, can she? "Okay, I will stop, but don't lie to yourself, your face speak everything." Jeanne mother just continue herself from laughing from her daughter expression. Jeanne just sighed, but she still have a light blush, but then they heard someone coming. "Senpai, their soldiers under attack." That was Mash telling Issei what happening. He was ready. He looked at Jeanne, she nodded. Then before sending her mother to safe place she asked Issei to look out for her daughter. Issei just give her a thumb up reassuring her. Minutes later, Issei and the other were sprinting to the place of the soldiers who were blocked by wyverns. "Ag." A soldier was sewered by a wyvern and the commander spoke. "Don't falter, they are an intelligent creature, don't show them your backs." And he spoke internally, "Where are these coming from? We all gonna die if this is still happening. Excuse me, Nobel Knight, I'm gonna sign a song." In that the heroic spirit appeared and cooked the wyverns to oblivion. "My voice is the symbol of the authority known as behalf of God, the realization, the power of king control their subjects. It simply matters. My voice is a weapon and it seems to be able to handle the wyverns. Are you alright, good knights?" "Who are you?" asked a commander of the knights. "You really don't hold back." "Oh hello guys, I'm here," said Marie Antoinette with a childish expression. "Are Amadeus and the others with you?" "They're still at the tent." "More importantly, when you heard the citizen you came as fast as you can is what I'm counting for, is see you here to aid them," saying Jeanne. "Please stop embarrassing Marie Antoinette, I didn't do anything yet." Before she continued, Issei was instant behind her and catch the stone that almost hit her head. Issei was looking at the guy who throw it with his slit eyes, make him fear from it. "You have the balls to hit the woman who want to save you, knight. It's because of her we are in this mess, our country is ruined because of her. Why don't you just dragon with if so the city will be saved." The soldier who spat didn't know he just make his life even shorter. Issei aura become to leak, make the earth shake from his power. The soldier become to piss their pants. Issei eyes was lifeless. He take a step towards them, tiny steps, but the more he take the danger he have become. Dare to say it, neither no trash you and your pathetic country are the reason for this. She want to help France, but other than a thank you give this bullshit. You are the one who killed her, and for what? Just because she saved your sorry assess. You know what, I had enough of this shit for far too long. Issei aura turned purple, everything was speak death from it, his eyes was lifeless, no remorse, and no sign of stop. He raised his hand as a ball of destruction material in his hand, all who see become to shudder, even Mash, and Marie who feels the killing intent can feel. Issei was in action to slaughter those, but then he feels hand holding his arm. Issei, please stop, it's okay, I'm not hurt, just let it go, if not for them, please for me at least. Issei looked at her eyes, it was like it was mere hours, but it was couple of seconds. He returned normal. Okay, as you wish. Issei just take a sigh, he see the servant was in sweat, they didn't feel this kind of killing intent before, like they see a god in front of them who only destruction and death, but Jeanne make him stop, they see it seems she is his merciful part, but in that a girl appear make all sighed in relief, return to tense. Well, that was a good show, good morning anyone, it is lonely right? She is the one of the dragon witch servant, let's go to the tent before. There no point, don't worry about over there, they're possibly held up at the moment. Said Martha with a grin. What a bad story, this is the second time you do anything to save them, and they still don't see it. Tell me something, Jeanne Dark, do you want to die or kill them? Jeanne. Miss Jeanne. No, it's okay, I also feel frustrated about this, and I don't know who I am, and what is my purpose with this imperfect body, however I'm incomplete and maybe I'm broken, but if they can stand up while hating me, maybe that for the best. Jeanne gave a smile. Well, that was a nice answer, she'd be mad for me for it. No shit. Said Issei internally. The magic barrier is decreasing, master, she's coming. I know. Issei then level up his sleeves, his command seals become to shine. Jeanne, by the command seals I command you not as a master, but as your family, become servant and show me your devotion. Jeanne hear this, she noted. I as Jeanne Dark Saint and Madame of Orleans, I accept the contract to save Voldigot. In that she began to shine and blind the knights, in that she appeared in her armor, her pale face gone, now she was in full power. So this is the power of Saint. Well, now why don't you show me, Jeanne Dark? My name is Martha, violated by madness, I'm a berserker class. Martha, Saint Martha, be careful, anyone it said she killed a dragon by a prayer, she is the highest rank of a rider. Said Ramani. Issei just shrugged, but didn't let his guard down. And then a beat came roaring like a dam, many become to shake from fear. Master, by your command I will not fail, please help me us to win. Well then, if my Jeanne asked, then why not? In that the battle begins, heroic sprite versus Saint Martha and her beast, who will win? Well, come back later. We came back. A little backstory. Saint Martha, who appeared in the New Testament, she had a friendship with the Messiah. After his death she got married in France. Through the prayer she pressured an evil dragon, that dragon name was Tarrasque. Once reached prayer it followed Saint Martha, even after she become a heroic spirit their bound cannot be severed. Let's go everyone. Yes. Shout all, the battle begins. Everyone become to fight the giant dragon and Saint Martha. Jeanne told Mash to only try to hurt Martha, because if she was out the dragon will follow also, but the saint wouldn't stand and let that happens, will she? I'm underestimate. Let me show you, go on Tarak. Said Martha, ordered the dragon to attack. When the dragon about to attack, it was targeting Issei from all. Mash see this would move to shield him, but then Jeanne came throw and use her flag to punch the dragon away. You're alright, master. Yes, and you? Nothing, I'm not through, don't worry. We have to fight together in this to defeat her, we must defeat Saint Martha. Right. Said Mash. That right, this is a fight, isn't even when my dress is breaking, it's still consider capital offensive. I thought I'm ready, but it seems it's the opposite. Saint Jeanne Dark, the who you lost on your way is adorable, however right now you are absolutely wonderful, the person I admire would be. Said Marie. Hey, no, I'm not a saint anymore. Yeah, I know. If you two stoop talking I'm still standing. Said Martha. Now the dragon was starting to generate flames. Now together me and Tarrasque, sad dragon who knew not love, I activate my Nobel phantasm. Now Tarrasque, now raise your boiling fervor to equal that of the sun. Do those Nobel ones resist destruction? Grant them the test of this one strike. And that the dragon shot his burning flame to Issei and his comrades' direction. Mash would use her shield, but Issei stand in front of her. Senpai, what are you doing? Get behind me. Don't worry, just trust me. Issei eyes was serious. Mash see this and just nod, but still she fear for him. Jeanne would step also, but then the flame was near Issei, who has Rinnegan active, and he raised his palm, the flame hit him, all screamed his name. Martha think he is dead, but then when the smoke disappear, all shocked Issei stood there, no scratch. So much power. How can a human stand this? You're not normal. Martha shout her Nobel phantasm was useless, then all heard Issei laughed an evil laugh. Ha 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 ha. All hear his laugh, become to shrink for fear. The dragon who feel Issei aura become to step back, he become to see a vision of dragon with red eyes, see him with a grin, he felt like he meet a god in front of him. Well, now you had your fun, it's my turn. Hey I. Issei energy become to raise up a danger level, the sky become to change from day to night, anyone can hear lighting everywhere. Other Pav. Jalter who sit on her thorn who felt a power spike her body become to shudder, what was that she can feel the world is shaking. Issei Pav. Aya. In that small rocks become to levitate, Issei eyes change to green and his hair to yellow. Issei was standing there, the yellow aura that surrounds him, that aura respect everyone was mouth gapped, those in Chaldea see was in awe, even Olga who was motoring now was in awe, see this again really was a art. What are you? Issei Voldigid, the evil demon dragon god of tyranny, a destroyer. In this revelation everyone shocked. Issei was god, not just any evil dragon god. Martha was shocked, the dragon now seeing he was fighting his better, now this was the end of him. Issei become join his hand. Haya. A small ball energy materialize in Issei hands was getting bigger. Martha ordered Tarask to attack and stop Issei, but the dragon see it's hopeless, but as a dragon, he will not go without a fight, he generate a fire to shoot. Issei technique was getting more power than ever. Kill him. Said Martha, the dragon his flame of hell. Issei shoot his blast that hit the flame and surpass it, hit the dragon square on, obliterate him to oblivion. After the light show everything was silent, no one could still believe what they saw, the knights was now pissing their pants more than ever. Jeanne who saw all of this was still doesn't believe what she saw, then she heard Issei voice. Jeanne, use your noble phantasm and eliminate Martha. Jeanne just nod and use her noble phantasm. Luminicide Eternel int hat time Saint Martha was drinking dragon blood. I'm sorry Tarask, I will prevent madness enhancement to reach from reaching you or his staff, is he even alive? In that moment Jeanne apron pierce Martha with her banner. Martha become to spit blood on Jeanne face. Saint Martha code prars, the battle is over. Said Romani signal them of their success. Return to Jeanne who still piercing Martha who becomes to explain her other self plan, make Jeanne wide eyes. Don't make that face, it's okay, it's alright to make a saint to suffer this much, it's a hell. In that she disappear. After this is finished, Issei who was still in Super Saiyan form, take a big sigh and return to his normal form again, he eliminate the dragon and Jeanne eliminate Martha, still a need to go. Senpai, do you feel alright? Yes, I'm alright, don't worry, you did good mash, now get everyone, we will leave shortly. Yes, Senpai. Jeanne who were in her place after the revelation, hear the commander of the knights talking. Jeanne, do you remember me? I'm Gillies de Race, do you remember me? Please bring the horses. Jeanne. In that Jeanne didn't stop riding the horse, all in deaf ears. Saint Jeanne wasn't that Gilly de Race. Indeed he was my friend and my sins I committed. Said Jeanne sadly, now switching to Jalter. Jalter POV. And Ryder was defeated and you couldn't defeat a separate servant, how pathetic. It's not our fault you also summon his back after the power that shook the world. Jeanne who still remembers shudders what was that power and why she felt like she messing with the wrong crowd, then again she will not stop, she didn't come here to call quilts just yet. Elise, how about Lancer and Archer doing? Lancer is enjoying killing locals, but Archer is still fighting back, still she can't stomach killing children. I didn't know that heroic spirit is temperamental, we can kill her with a Nobel phantasm and summon another servant, I'll summon another servant, take Ryder place, now return to kill the rest. Saber Chevalier Dean. Archer, Atlanta. Lancer Vlad III. And Caster Gilly Race. Last if not least Carmilla aka Elizabeth Bathory. Normal POV. So the other assassin enemies is like me. Correct, to be more precise it's a future you. Seriously, if they're two Jeanne then it shouldn't be possible for past and future together, the horseman is called Chevalier Dean, he was an acquaintance to Marie in the past. It's normal, the Holy Grail has a weird sense of humor. Said Issei nonchalant. Well Issei, you have your jokes right. Said Olga who take operation. Take you long enough, I was messing your voice here. Don't flatter yourself too much, you only eliminate one off any servant. I know, don't worry, their time will come. Just be careful and don't exude yourself. You two take care. The connection was disconnected. So any time you will tell us about Power Spike? Asked Amadeus intrigued. What to say, I only killed a dragon, that's all. And the shudder of the world say another thing. Oh bite me will you, I only did what's necessary, more than that. Jeanne, what did Martha tell you? Jeanne hear this become to answer her master words. She told me about the dragon that Jeanne was riding and turned out to be Fafnir. Well, that a surprise, who knew we gonna fight a dragon, knowing his name is a good thing, but I don't know if we all can beat him. Speak to yourself, I can. Issei have his pride high, all become to sweat, but those who knows knew Issei wasn't joking. You said it Amadeus that the Grail summoned counterparts, that mean by evil dragon, it summoned the dragon slayer Siegfried. Signed to Martha told me he was in city called Lion Master. I know you may think is a trap, but I want to believe she was telling the truth. What are your orders, master? All looked to Issei to say something, he had a smile on his face. You really asking me this? Well, why not let us move out, then better than standing sitting ducks. Issei sits up and tears the tent to their next destination, all to do the same and Mashu sitting she was thinking. It was the first time see senpai with this expression. Said Mash internally, but she want to do better by his side. Chapter 35. Singularity 2 Part 3. After defeating Saint Martha and Dragon Tarask and knowing Fafnir is their next opponent that was led by Jalter Issei and his comrades have set out to the city of Lion to get Siegfried to join them. Unfortunately, we came to the city of Lion to meet Siegfried, but he wasn't there so they are square one once again. So for now on we'll split to 2 groups, but we'll stay here for the night on another word this is our campground. Time skip. So camping neat. Well they need rest at least after the excess of energy, and they are still shuddering. You also need to rest for a while your action did a number in the singularity, I don't know how you can stomach the Nobel phantasm. Haha it's not that deep Da Vinci-chan believe my mana is increasing by the day, so I may handle 20 Nobel phantasm in one go. Da Vinci was taken aback from Issei word if this was the case he really are someone to mess with, I mean he is self-proclaimed god after all, maybe that is perks. Do you fear me Da Vinci-chan? Ask Issei make Da Vinci shocked from his questions, why should she fear him? Why would I? I don't know I mean I am someone who is so powerful and may able to use abilities that even surpass a simple noble phantasm and maybe even use them to summon some abomination of being that was a mistake. Da Vinci hearing this was not ready to hear this words by Issei explanation he was right in some points, but she don't fear him, maybe it was something to his past that make people describe him like that she just sighed, it seems thing will be interesting from this day forward. No I don't fear you believe me I saw many things in my life I was some normal painter with good imagination, then I made the Mona Lisa that I have become, because my love for it and stay like this by the holy grail for some they precise me as a pervert. Haha none take it if I have to say you're beautiful to some will say I'm saying this at a man, but since you are like this and don't have a mind to be a woman by a natural sense then who cares really at least like you some those buck-up who try to change something they know they can't change, can I tell you something? Da Vinci who hear this was happy from Issei words it's the first time one say those words to her, then she heard his last thing. Sure you can tell me. In my life I wasn't like that I was a normal boy who wanted one thing is my parents' love and care, but I didn't get it and once it happens once my sorrow and anger reach to the maximum that unlock ability is to copy anything. Issei words make her wide eyes wait to copy anything. You mean? Oh you must think about it yes you can say I have copied every weapons and Nobel phantasm in this world and other things of being that is gods in par and even surpassed primordial being my ability was something that only one was before me using it but I don't why he didn't unlock other form of it. From Issei words make Da Vinci think about it mean he is someone that can handle anything you throw at him and he will learn it and even replicate him. And who was the first one? From what I heard it was the first human that ever exist Adam. This revelation shocked Da Vinci Adam the first human the first creation of God is first of mankind. It's unbelievable. I said the same thing and the most difficult thing is that this ability of mine comes from a sacred gear. Sacred gear? To put it simply the Biblical God made them for humans and half human against the supernatural world, but mine is different. How is your difference? Mine because it isn't a Biblical God handmade it was like given to me by something or by someone. Da Vinci was now in dilemma who will give something like that to a child, don't misunderstand she liked to say, but this thing doesn't make sense. Did you know who gives it to you? No sadly I don't know who and why, but it seems things are getting interesting I have this, and me being here maybe uncover many things. Why tell me all of this? Because I know I can trust you Da Vinci-chan, I know you can help me uncover many things I want to know, and I want to help also I want to know my true origin. Da Vinci was touched by Issei's words because he trusts her that much it was heartwarming, and she sees Issei being honest and more open up she sees him like a child who still needs to be healed from the world to let him feel this way. Don't worry Ice-chan you're super adorable scientist here to help you whatever you need. Ahaha thank you Da Vinci-chan well now let's return to operation. Okay well where were we? In that she described Issei about the France Revolution and the rights of man to adoption in Wetnet and the one who slew Marie Antoinette or guillotine. Heroic spirit POV. You really seems happy Marie? Asked Jeanne to see Marie smiling. That's because Kyoham is making food she's good at cooking. I'm constantly trying to improve my cooking skills you'll never know when you see an ideal husband in the near future. I brought the wood. Okay. In spite of this I was returned as a heroic spirit by the Holy Grail and the dragon witch is a master she's out of question I want to burn her. Is this how the berserk class think? Said Mash internally. What about you Elizabeth? I will beat the crap out of my future self. Said Elizabeth who take the boar and try to cook it and Kyoham see this and become to scream at her not to the both become to fight like kids then Marie interfere and use her tone of love to make them calm down, all see this how she can handle them. Now then let us speak about our love life shall we? Said Marie made everyone look at her. We are girls alone here after all, so why don't we get something out? You're genius, Marie. If this about love I have quite experience. Now I understand how those three work together. Said Mash internally. This girl's talk I don't know about it too much, I'm still new to things. Said Mash with shame. It's alright, you can learn from us then, so Elizabeth, care to share with us your story? Well, in my life, well, when I was alive I got married, but the me here is before that, there may be one near there. Said Elizabeth with blush. Since regaining my power I had also regained some of my memories and remembered the past and also said Jeanne, who red face playing with her fingers. Mash had a shocked face. Is this girl's when they talk about love, is this girl talk? Now it was Kiyoham's turn. Well, to tell you my story, ahem, when I was alive it was burning like fire. He was a traveling priest called Anshin Sama. I fell in love at first sight. I was turned down, but Anshin Sama said we may meet again. However, Anshin Sama didn't come back. He ran away from me, afraid he lied to me, betrayed me, so I chased after him in every direction with sadness and hatred. Before I knew it, I become a dragon. When I finally caught up with Anshin Sama, he hid in the bell at the temple, so with the flames of a dragon, I burned him along with the bell. Both Jeanne and Mash hid their faces, and with one thinking in their mind, this is wrong. You're idiot, you make it look cuter and poppy. How rude. Anshin Sama was running away from me was incredible cute. Both become to bite each other head from insult to another. Now then, Mash-chan, how about you? Now it was Marie who asked. Mash was shocked from the question, but she take a huge sigh and become to talk, and let's say it begin to sting many. Well, with me I don't know about love and bad a special someone for me. I lived in the lab as a homunculus and made as a demi-servant by fusing me with a spirit. Mash words make everyone look at her. Now it makes sense she was different, but they let her continue. Until I met senpai once it was normal at first, but then he was so I don't know how to say it. He knows what to say, he don't give up, he find a way to smile and have a good time until explosion abort and send us to a singularity, and senpai was the one who protect me and direct me to use my noble phantasm for the first time. He was so dreamy, and when he hugged me protectively, I feel my body melt. When Mash was continue talking, all girl have a expression. Wow, how Mash get a lucky guy like him. Jeanne, who was thinking of Issei and Ye, she felt jealousy for no reason, and Kiyoham now felt more interested in the subject. But, asked all. Senpai, how to say it, he is not like other masters you typical knew. He isn't someone you can read nor mess with, and I saw him in a face you could say make me scared. Scared how? Senpai was, how do I say it, had an aura so dark felt was a toxic field of view. He once erased a corrupted servant from existence. All was now shocked. How powerful was Issei to erase existence? How, what was he? What is he, Mash? Asked Kiyoham. Well, from Issei, senpai said he is an evil demon dragon god. This revelation, Kiyoham and Elizabeth, an evil demon dragon god. Now this is new to see this combination. Wow, another dragon, but why I didn't sense it. Senpai is very talented to mask his appearance, even we can't sense him no matter what we do. But why evil? Is he evil or is it a title? I don't know really. Senpai may look scary, but he is caring and I may have kissed senpai at the lips once. Now always goosebump. Mash did what, let just say everyone had expression, say how bold. Jeanne, however, had a cup was near to break, but then she hears something make her head expression. Oh hell no. I'm not the first one in senpai life. He said he comes from a world that age of God still exists and he had a harem. This was the last strike for all the girls who heard it. A harem, so he has many girls. Asked Marie was now astonished. In her time many Nobel had a mistress or two, so it wasn't that different. Well, if you think about a dragon had this polygamous nature, the more powerful they are the more women will notice. Said Kiyoham was now interested. Now this you don't hear every day. In Jeanne's mind she hear this was now in a dilemma, and first she was jealous and now she was happy. Okay, that was scary. You all take it normally. Nothing normal in life, Mash, we always accept the unexpected, so you're in his harem now. Well, I don't know yet. Senpai was in socked from my end with Olga-san too. Wait, another one. Seems you have competition, Mash. Don't say that, it sound weird. Hahaha. Everyone become to laugh, then Jeanne want to change the subject. How about you, Marie? Well, since you asked, let me tell you. Once upon time I was a little girl who first known love at age of 6. My first ever love was a year older than me. The two of us met at a concert of Schönbrunn. Maybe it was in purpose, he was shy, he fall flat on his face. I give him my hand to hold it to lift up from the dirt with sparkle eyes, and he said, thank you lovely lady, if in a beautiful woman like isn't. Promised married yet, will you allow me be the first? At the first he said that the first time I felt my heart beat fast. So what happened to him after that? Apart from that, nothing. Years go by and I got married, although you all met him. Now everyone was wondering who and when. Wait. You mean? Ha. Wyatt. Another Pav. Oh, quite the impressive. This is equasti luxury. How thoughtful is like in the past, how Maria and I had in the past. Maria is it? Well, that I was calling her in my human life. A beef and tomato stew covered in river fish white sauce. There are no tomatoes in this time period, so were they brought by Chaldea? It looks a little old-fashioned, but it seems tasty, doesn't it? Well, certainly does, but. Issei, then the girl looking at him, and Amadeus. Something wrong, girl? Asked Amadeus. He see the girl have a smile grin, then he look at Maria. I may have told them. What, even the Schonbrunn? Time skip. After eating food and listened to some music, Issei was sitting on grass thinking about something, then Mash came. So you're here. Well, I ate large quantities of food. I need a walk once in a while. We haven't had a chance to rest since we got here, have we? You know, Mash, see this up close for me, it was a dream come true. You know, I always loved this sequence the way I read it. I just hope nothing change out of context. Were we a good context people to read and see? You could say that many like this series as people don't want to admit the grand order. What a joy, I mean this world part of many timelines. So another we may not meet. I suppose so. In normal circumstances they would, someone other than me would be the protagonist of this story, but it seems in this timeline he isn't here. Who is he? He is Fujimura Ritsuka, that would have been your master in normal timeline, but it seems this timeline he isn't here. Was he good? Well, he was like that, always trying to be a big help. Even as a master his magic wasn't this impressive, but he wanted to go even beyond. He was a goofy, don't mind me, but he has his ways. Seems he was trying his best. Indeed, it seems you had fun, Mashu. You're more commentary than ever. It's just after meeting many people and how they talk and act, it's weird, but also it's refreshing, but today was. I know. Mash looked at him. You had a fun day, isn't it? Said Issei with a smile. And that Mash, who had a flush face, also smiled. It was. After that the group was discussing the plan, how much the group will be split into 4 from each side and direction. Another Pav. A man with dark hair who was walking barely with blood coming from him. Sing, sing, listen to my song. But he was stopped. How pathetic, it seems the dragon witch has made a number on you. Your core has been damaged, even signing is also giving you pain. The more you sing, it shouldn't be like that. Be at ease, second-class assassin of Phantom of Opera. In that the black hair man was now the ground with no head. What an excellent third-class assassin, Monsieur de Paris. Of course my life is for that purpose. Find the dragon slayer, and if you see the rats, kill them also. I must thank you, the thing will help to polish my skills even further, and most importantly to meet her once again. Yes, I am looking forward to your results at the Sanson house. 4th executioner Monsieur de Paris, true name Charles Henry Sanson. The man who lopped the neck of Queen Marie Antoinette. Chapter 36. Singularity 2 Part 4. After splitting up for 2 groups, Issei, Amadeus, Mash, Kyoham was now on top of a hill, and seeing the city was beautiful. It's a sight, the town of theirs. Said Mash. It's been few days since we split apart, hope they be okay, but hey, we made it. Said Issei, who is sitting on the ground. We still got Fafnir to worry about, hope the dragon slayer still there. Shall we take a break, my feet killing me from walking? I agree, we need to make contact with Maria and others. Speaking of Maria, you said something about her earlier, Amadeus. About what? About Miss Maria. Oh, did I? Well, this isn't a story about me and Maria. This is the history about her life and how she ruled and got her end by her people. A little backstory about Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette, or what she known in Germany as Maria Antonia, she married for 7 years after meeting Mozart at age of 14, her partner none other than future King Louis XVI. It was a political marriage that awaited her after becoming a queen. Was a glimmering life at Versailles. It was a battle of conspiracy, disagreement and surging loneliness. Despite the fact that was a political marriage, Maria cared for her husband. They were blessed with a kid. Let's just say her life filled with happiness as loyalty, her life with work for her citizens during famine. She cut the cost of the royal court and plead for assistance and donations from the nobles. But that didn't reach the people in the frenzy of revolution. Just like in modern times, a demagogue railed up the people anger. They lead her to the gallows. Her son Louis Charles was beaten until killed at the end. The death of her family caused her heart to be dark and cast aside of the youngest daughter Marie Therese. She had lost everything at the hand of the people, yet her feeling toward the people wasn't sadness, grief or anger, but happy with hope in her eyes. Short story end. That was sad. If I was there I would burn the crowds and rescue them. Kyoham has a dark aura surrounding her. I appreciate your camaraderie, that would cause more problems. So then how do you think about it? You said you want to hear the story. Well, thanks for sharing the story. She seems like a good person, but life wasn't kind to her. After all of those things happened, she wanted to protect France. Well, she was like from before all happened to her. It could be those don't feel real to her. Saying that amazing person, I wonder, I don't know really myself. Jeanne party. I'm so exhausted. Hey Marie, bring your carriage. Said Elizabeth, whining like a child. Not gonna happen, Eli, as you know we are in the forest and it will be stuck by how many trees are there. Also servants don't get exhausted, right? My brain is exhausted. I have been walking too much and get bored. Really now you don't have anyone to compete with you except Kyohim, what shall we do, Jeanne? Asking Marie see a troubled Jeanne thinking about something. Jeanne? Said Marie, jump scared Jeanne. Ah, sorry, I was thinking about something. About the dragon witch. Yes, I truly don't feel any of it or words her hatred, I don't feel any. After some second Marie says. Yes, you truly are beautiful, Jeanne. Why would you say that and don't make that face? No, it's the truth, because if I were you I would have accepted her words. The word of the dragon witch, the other me. Marie. I say about 90% I don't hate the people who executed me, but I can't say for the last 10% I might say I hate those people who killed my child Charles, even if it is a little. That why I can understand a curse the France 1000 years of war, a 1000 years of starvation, even that far, but you aren't like that, Jeanne. You love your people also, don't you? Jeanne, who listens to this, had a smile. I love them, I hold them dearly, no way I could resent them. Ah. If that the case. Before she can continue, Elizabeth intervene. Jeanne, I can see it, the town called Montlecan, right? I'm Skip. You found the dragon slayer? Asked Issei. Yes, it seems they take refuge in Montlecan. So more servant. I'll take it from here, said a man with large hair and wearing armor. Nice to meet you, the master of the future. I'm Ryder Tur, named Georges. Nice knowing you too, I'm Issei Voldigid. Tell me about the dragon slayer. Right, Siegfried is right here, but it may be easier to show you. He was in lion, but he caught up with a dragon with subordinate and caught inflicted with a terrible wounds. Mash, hold her mouth, Issei, see this can tell, damn he really take a punch. Siegfried, I'm sorry, greetings you in this state. Are these curses? Yes, that would be corrected as a curse. Then Georgie interrupt. Multiple curses have been casted him. Until these curses are lifted, he will not have the ability to wield the dragon slayer sword or fight normally. Okay then, Jeanne, I suppose you and George able to lift the curse. That right, master, it should be taken time for it to be lifted. Issei senses something, he lowers his energy to its lowest, and Amadeus becomes to warn them. They hide behind some bush and see Fafnir flying with troops with him. It's gone. Yes, it seems they going to burn so village nearby. Wait, the direction is a little from Orleans, doctor. We have predict the route of the dragons they're going to. The town where Jeanne group is Montlecan. Jeanne Pav. Everyone was evacuated to the civilian in the city. It isn't safe because of the incoming threat. They want to try to hold off the attacker, but then Marie had the idea of fighting alone to give her team some time to flee. Of course they didn't like the idea, but she told them it's the only way. Jeanne tried to persuade her, but she hugged and told her this. Stay strong to see me off, that what means for us girls to be friends, right? After some tears they relent, let her fight. Now she was in the battlefield. A horde of dragon is coming. She see a silhouette of a servant. She didn't recognize it at first, but after he comes closer she remembered him. An ages, your highness. Charles Henry Sanson. I wanted to meet you with your neck as white snow. I think you were summoned, also the irony, and look at you, you stink of blood, you have killed many. I apologize, this was for you, it was also so I could to chop off your head once again. He swung his huge machete to cut her head. She tried to use her singing, but she stopped by his words. I'm honored to hear your voice, but… She ends up with a stomach wound. Ah! Screamed Marie from the pain. If it is possible, if you can stop resisting and accept your fate, I don't want you to feel pain. In the art of execution is settled by debt or sin, that why the executioner must give more pain for the sinners. For an executioner, it's a natural thought, not rules, so I want to aim beyond that. In the other world, the pleasure in that instant would make them feel pleasure when they die. During my life my greatest beheading was yours, that why I meet you to confirm it. How was my beheading? You did you the climax. Normal Pav. Issei and rest was riding horses going to where Jeanne party and Amadeus becomes to speak. This will take time, we wouldn't reach her in time. What are you implying, Amadeus? Then Kyohim has her fan in front of Amadeus' face. Say the wrong word and I will incinerate you. Said Kyohim threateningly. You liked Marie, didn't you? I have no longer the passion for her, it was an important fork in my life. Liar. Said Issei internally. After she was material in this world she joined me immediately. She was a little happy that this holy grail was wrapped like this. Our existence in this world wasn't to fight each other or want the grail to grant us a wish, we didn't need it. We were summoned here to protect the people. Life this time for sure she will protect her people and the country she loved, doing the right thing the right way. That right, she promised that. That she will die differently, not like her first. Said Mash, continue his words. I wonder would Marie do the same choice if she knew what would happen. Then Kyohim closed her fan. That quite sad when there no love. Not at all, there was affection there. Issei had enough listening this time to speak. I think it's time to stop the fake talk, Amadeus. Said Issei with his draconic voice. Make everyone looked at him. Believe me, your lies have been on my nerves for the last time. Stop lying to yourself because it becomes annoying to watching you say something, but your heart say other things. Do you think I believe this crap, or you even believe your own words? Issei voice that been heard make Amadeus take it back from it. Why now, why his heart aches? Amadeus, don't ever forgets that you still have to play her the piano you promised her when you both kids, so you will do it if you like it or not. You say we will see her again. I'm not saying, I'm telling you what would happen, so stop acting like a hussy. Issei words hit Amadeus like lightning. He was now see the error in his words, his heart say something else. You're right, I'm such a fool. But now you understand, let us go even faster. Issei then kicks the horse lightly for it to run, and the rest follow. Marie POV. Henry was in his mind thinking about his victims he killed, asked him why is he doing this, and he say nothing, he say he loved to kill and kill and kill even more. But why I can't cut it off. This time I will cut it off, I must cut the queen's head off. Why I can't cut your head, tell me. Haven't you guessed it before? You couldn't because of the people you killed, because how blood you have spilled have made the blade rust. Have you forget when you were the executioner you always gave a quick death, don't want to prolong your victim's suffering, but look what have you become, a shell of your former self, you become the thing you hate. In that Henry snapped. You're wrong, Nobel Phantasm released. I always believed that I would be able to meet you, that why I kept improving, because if I didn't, if I. Death is hope for tomorrow, Lambert Espoir hope of death. Then tentacles of arms trying to catch Marie, but she summoned stone horses to ride and deafen her, she trying to think what to do. She see the castle where she was in the past as queen still the same, and see the people trying to run away, then she have her head straight, she will do the right thing. Noble Phantasm, glory of the crown of lilies, guillotine breaker. Marie used her Nobel Phantasm and pierced Henry's body, his left side was damaged. If I had become a better at beheading, if I could give you even better moment, I thought that you would be able to forgive me. You're so misguided and sad. I wasn't mad at you, I have forgive you ages ago in the first place, there no need for forgiveness. Henry become to cry loudly until the witch came. By the power of the command spells I ordered you assassin to return to the castle. In that Henry disappeared. The command spell, the highest authority to control a servant one can use on them, also him you quite slow to come here, dragon witch. The other me was able to flee, how gross. Not that a bad thing, she still have hope. Oh how absurd, protecting people and village, what a insignificant you Count Conrad carried away with. They're none other the people who killed you, how can you still save them, tell me. Screamed Jalter, still not understanding. Yes, I can understand this, the hate, the rage of this, but this exactly why Jeanne d'Arc would never say those things. Those words stunned Jalter. I remember all of it, the people who asked me to become queen to rule them, after that killing me after I didn't that much for them, but that wouldn't change me to kill them, that is the fate for serving the country you love. I believe my death have made many have smile on their faces, that why. Always vive la France, the stars have granted France its radiance, and all is as it should be, of this I'm confident, dragon witch. What in the world are you, shut up. Then Fafnir was summoning flames to incinerate Marie, but she have a last trick up to her sleeves. Second Noble Phantasm release. For eternity, Crystal Palace, the lavabale brilliance. The second Noble Phantasm. Said Jeanne, shocked seeing the castle being consumed by crystal. But without a master you can't hold it for long, that will not change anything, you will dies, and then I will go to my other self. The dragon begin to shoot his flames, and Marie become to glow. Goodbye Jeanne, I'm glad I have met you, the one friend who died to defend France, just for that I would laid my life for, like the stars, like the flower, just like ephemeral dream. This is a servant, this is the way of Marie Antoinette. After she finished her words she felt a hand on her arm, she turned and saw Issei behind her, surprising her he just simply put his 2 fingers on his forehead, and that both disappear after Fafnir burned everything. Jeanne, who stood there, grits her teeth, there was destruction she loved, but there was no people burning nor dead people, and that what make her even mad. Issei Pav. Issei then was walking in the forest and with Jeanne and her party, and see other servant helping Siegfried, and he saw Amadeus sad. Why are you crying? I'm not. Yes you are. You already know why, ask. Because you're crying for no reason. Then Amadeus turned at him angry. No reason, you forget what happened. Keep your voice down. What if I don't? If you lay a hand I will not forgive you. Amadeus hear a voice make him turn and see Marie standing there. You how? Well you have to thank Issei for it. How? I'm a god for God, Issei then brought everyone attention. They turn their faces and they don't believe what they saw. Marie still there, they go and hug her while some crying. Okay calm down all. But we taught you gone. Well you have to thank Issei for it. They turn and hug him, also Jeanne from his back and Kyo him from front and his head. They thank him. Issei was smiling, see their smile was good thing for him. In all the darkness there always will be light. Well come back soon. We came back. Jalter POV. After thinking she defeat Marie, Jalter sitting on her throne thinking what to do until her servant have come. It seems some of you have changed drastically, but I don't care, your orders are still the same, that is. Before she continued she remembered Marie's speech. Just who is the real you? In that her eyes widened for some second until she heard Ray's voice. Jeanne. It's nothing, slaughter everything you find, no more mercy. Issei Pav. Issei was now in the battlefield with the other dragons surrounding them. Incoming servants. Then those servant appears, some who saw them knew them except the last one, that Issei knew who he is. It seems the game have began. But they intercept them and they split in two. Issei then sense incoming attack, he activate Helix shield to deflect the three other servant. That was Vlad III, Chevalier Jeanne and Atlanta. There no need to be suspicious, dragon slayer, despite killing many people she become like this after her queen died. You mean me? Said Marie, who was peeking her head from behind Sieg, shocking all the saber servant on her knees, crying seeing her queen still alive. You alive, I'm happy. Oh, don't be like that, I don't hate you, I know you are forced to do things against you, so don't worry. I wish that would be the same, I can't control my body, so please my queen, please kill me. Said Chevalier, who sprinted her. Marie had a sadness in her eyes and summoned her horse made of crystal to end Chevalier life. Once and for all, the horse used its horn to pierce the heart, make Chevalier puke blood, but it had a smile, she become to disappear. She said her last words. I'm sorry my queen, and thanking that she disappeared to the void. Now there's still Vlad and Atlanta. Issei stand there, his command seals with shining red. Saber. As you wish master, I will stop them with my Nobel phantasm. But in the same time Atlanta activa hers also. Out of dark heavens tore Apollo's lord of execution Kazakili Bay. Black lightning shines from her bow, charging to shoot Sieg become to channel his sword. He opens his eyes as wide as he remembers Issei talk about forming a contract with both with them. Filling the wicked dragon, the sun now sets through the world, I will fight with my own will and cut you down. Phantasm long sword sky down feller. Belming. After finishing, a huge light emerge, all who see it become to blind from it. Atlanta see it and feel relieved, and Vlad have a smile after the show the light down, they both was eliminated. Now it was a battle between Amadeus and assassin who isn't in his stable self. He felt pity for him. He was saying Marie like a madman, Marie emerge, make him more crazier than ever. She see him was broken mess. They both used their noble phantasm to end his suffering. He was now on his knees, lies defeated, but had a smile. He is freed for all this cage and this vile magic dot. Now it was the Ahem, the big guy with armor. Issei knew this one will not go without a fight. Before do anything, Fafnir appeared and took him from earth and throw to the ground where there's allies soldier. He become to massacre them. Issei see this, have a tired sigh. Tiamat, you're ready. Finally some actions, I want to battle Fafnir, I want to know the difference between us. As you wish. Now all were in front of Horde of Dragon and Sir Lancelot in Berserk, and Jalter appears also. 8 card set. Issei threw a card in the ground, it become illuminated the ground. Everyone see this, don't understand what he do. Akugan brawl. Then a small ball thrown at the battlefield, then it open herself, A's shine and blue glow appear, make it grow bigger and shape change. Akugan stand rise, chaos karma dragon. Ooh, oh air. Scream the dragon, make the small dragon shivers. Senpai, what is this? Oh, this is my friend meet Tia, the chaos karma dragon, one of 5 dragon kings in my world. Always in awe of this dragon, this battle will be legendary. Ability activate blaze dragon. In that Tia become to shoot blue flames at Fafnir that he counteract with his flames. Both was not going down without a fight. So it seems you can fight well, but don't be hasty. Double ability activate Azure Crystal plus Aqua Vortex. In that Tia have materialized a huge blue tornado and blue crystal, became to shoot itself at Fafnir, who tried to dodge, but failed to do so. It became to him feel dizzy, those crystals have freezing effect. Fafnir don't stand there, fight. Jalter ordered him, she used a command seal to make Fafnir more angrier. He used his wing to go to the skies. Tia launched herself at him, he used his dark flames to hurt her, but it was futile. Sieg, your turn to move, I want you to aid Tia in this. When the moment path, eliminate Fafnir. As you wish master. Senpai, what about the shield guy? Issei returned his eyes to Lancelot. I will take care of him. But he is dangerous, he wiped a lot of people, even with us he is stronger. Mash, trust me in this, he will be defeated. I want you know to listen to me, those small dragons will be a problem, so I want you to help the other to defeat them. Please let me fight this one. Said Issei in firm voice, make Mash watery eyes, but she removed them, and now she was serious. Then please don't die on me. Haha, don't worry, I will not. Jeanne, I will let you deal with your other self, you can do that. As you wish master, do you need any assistance? Negative, he all mine. Hey berserker. The berserker turned and see Issei, he was angry, spiting the word Arthur. You really are a fool Lancelot, are you still angry because Artoria didn't punish you? This word make Lancelot even angrier. Hey Arthur. Well, it seems talking is futile, but oh well, I tried. If you don't want listen to my words, then let me show you. Issei raise his hand, a pocket dimensions opens and Issei take a sword from it, but to all who saw this was surprised, even Lancelot see it have take a step back. The sword that Issei have brought was the sword of lights and justice and hope of humanity, Excalibur. Issei then become to glow golden, the sword is answering it. Will all saw this take a step back, Lancelot would attack him, but a chain came and hold him still. They aired. X. Ooh. Caliber. Shout Issei released the power Excalibur that shadows all of people's sight from it after it gone. They see Berserker who was defeated gone disappeared Jalter and Jeanne see this a man who have a sacred sword and no, it's Excalibur then Issei said. A card open ring 0. In that Fafnir stuck in mid-air can't move. Why can't he move damn it. Ring 0 it's a command card that freezing the designate enemy and that is Fafnir now Saber use your Nobel Phantasm and Tia end this fight. Both nodded and unleashed everything eliminated Fafnir, now it was only Jalter and Jeanne. Both become to fight each other, both was equal in power, but it seems Jalter was getting weaker in every blow, why her other self is strong. You still want to fight I thought you want to kill me Dragon Witch. Just shut up I will kill you and burn France and the world. Haven't you had enough you burned France the people even mother. Jalter have a wide eyes she did what after mention the word mother a chord was broken in Jeanne head what she looks at her hand, why what she feels this it doesn't make any sense before anything she disappear, but she say word before it. Gilly. This was heard from Jeanne didn't understand why she said his name, but thinking about it, it was making a sense Jalter wasn't just a copy of her she was created by the Grail by using a wish and who the culprit in this Gilly Dar Ace. Then the thrones have Gilly carry Jalter body. You fight well Jeanne you could sleep well. Are you sure I want to burn France? Don't worry I will take care of it. Okay I trust you. In that Jalter disappear and what comes from it was the Grail itself. Time skip. After reaching the throne room they were in front of Gilly Dar Ace, who told him why he want to resurrect Jeanne and how the Dragon Witch was born Jeanne tried to persuade him, but that didn't help he was so blind from revenge, it taken his humanity of him, he wasn't the same man Jeanne knew, then he become to use the Grail, he have become a monstrosity want to eliminate the whole world to say just. So I'd use Gadam to teleport everyone from there. Well then Jeanne it seems we need to eliminate him for the singularity to be restored. I know that master it's just I don't feel anything what happened to me or him, but I feel guilty for the children that were sacrificed. In war nothing is true everything permissible that what have become to world that rules by the corruption it can make the kindness heart to be swayed by darkness, it will take sacrifice a huge will to do the right thing, Jeanne are you ready to do it, are you ready to answer the call? Issei word was like a poem and Jeanne Hadi was right in war everything can happen in this there no right nor wrong, but the guilt will remains. I know and I will do it. Issei then have a smile. Then let us begin he came. Issei and everyone look at the sky see Gilly in his monstrosity form, who is blinded by revenge he become to attack them, Issei use chains of heaven to bind him from moving Sieg use bombing, but the bitch regenerate Jeanne who is coming close, want to go to the core of the everything Gilly himself to end this a tentacle would attack her, but Kiyohim use her flames too. Burn it to crisp Issei used the Amaterasu and burn the tentacles it didn't regenerate, it was ravaging Gilly body the black flames that don't go before the target dies Jeanne, try to pressure Gilly to give up, but he still don't listen, then Jeanne had no choice and use her second Nobel Phantasm to end it. Second Nobel Phantasm release Lipucusel the Crimson Saint. Jeanne, summon the sword of Saint Catherine, to incinerate everything Gilly see this want to stop her Issei see this, know what will happen, he knows she will be succeed, but to make her safer, he use a barrier to protect her from it, a light shine blind most after that they see Jeanne who lost Consuix, but she wake up and see Gilly. Burning. At last I saved you Jeanne live long. In that Gilly Dar Ace dies Jeanne see this was sad her friend died, but this war have ended and people are saved, but at what price after all finish some heroic spirit begin to leave Murray want to stay, so Amadeus want to tag along Jeanne also Kiyohim and Elizabeth, because those twin love to butt head each other Issei, then see Jeanne sitting alone. You okay? I don't know master many things happened and I feel empty. It's normal hard things demand hard wills. Tell me Issei does the pain stop? No it don't, but it can lessen and be a lesson for us to learn from it I almost forgot. Issei then snap his finger Jeanne mother appears she see her girl down, she hugged her tightly Issei left the two to talk a little. Minutes later. So Ramani the time comes to leave. Yes the restoration is gonna begin at best to prepare yourself. Okay. After all of this Issei tell Jeanne it's time to leave she hugged her mother for the last time and give her a farewell the mother asked Issei to take care of her Issei just smile and said he will and that all become to disappear and they returned to Chaldea. It was a long day Issei felt good he would have a time to take a nap he was in his room after the fuss in the Chaldea office, but a magic circle appear in his ear. Sup Oz. So Issei been a while how your mission? But so far too Holy Grail is secure. So wait you fighting in Singularity that would be big. Tell me about it, but I can say it was worth it him getting stronger by the minute how the girls. They're fine asking about you and Watnit nothing much the orc is how you left it and Riaz is asking where were you since your evil piece isn't working. Like I care about the proif hair wants pathetic. Yeah. Something wrong. No, it's not about her but something else. Like what? But don't be sad. Azazel I'm telling you what is it. Akira Toriyama sensei. What about him? Issei was now feeling ill in his stomach already. Have passed away of old age. Like this world has hitting Issei like a bolt of lightning. It was like hell fell on him. He sat on his bed with a gloomy look. Issei, you there? Yes. I know it painful, but that how life goes. Still I don't believe has gone. Sorry kid. I will speak to you later. Okay, be safe and Rainer sending kisses for you. Tell her I'm also. In that the magic circle disappear and that Mash enter the room. See Issei in gloomy look. She didn't understand what happened. She sit next to him. Senpai, something wrong? Why are you sad? Issei didn't answer. He just take Mash and hug her on the bed. She was flustered by Issei action, but she can see he was sad. She didn't ask what happened. She hugged him back and both fall asleep holding each other. Goodbye Toriyama-sensei, you will be missed. The last thing Issei said before fall to sleep. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.